Okay, good evening, ladies and gentlemen. First things first, I would like to acknowledge and congratulate all of the other Difference Makers Awards recipients. You guys are such an inspiration to me and to everybody here tonight and to our community. So it is truly an honor to stand before you all this evening as the third recipient of the Brian Burkamp Student Service Award. Don't worry, I'm going to do my best to keep this short and sweet, but I'm going to pre-open my talk by quoting a piece of scripture. Greater love has no one than this, to lay down one's life for one's friends. John chapter 15, verse 13. I figured that I should begin my talk this evening by saying my thank yous to all of the people who deserve them. There are so many to thank that if I listed them all, I would end up keeping you all here for quite a while and you wouldn't be very happy with me, so I'm not going to do that. And we'll just list the ones who are in attendance with me at the banquet. First, to the ladies of the American Heart Association. I would not be where I am without you today, nor would I have been able to accomplish what I did without the mentorship and guidance that I have received from you all. Miss Bunny Hill, Miss Dana Hensley, Morgan Jonas, and Katie Lighting. You are all women of great strength and character, and I have been so blessed to have you all as part of my power team. Second, to my godparents, Lori and Carlos Labarca. Thank you both for being there for me over the years and for constantly supporting me in all of my endeavors. Miss Lori, thank you for being the person who nominated me. I was so humbled to know that my godmother had done such a thing for me. Third, to my family. Emily, my little sister, my little bean, thank you for being my inspiration for Project Heart to Heart. You are a beacon of joy and my little built-in best friend. Don't ever change, but make sure that you leave my room alone next year when I leave for college. Mom, thank you for being my biggest cheerleader and my co-trainer. Thank you for not giving up on me and for being the person I know I can always go to when I am not at my best. You are the greatest mama grizzly out there. You are both my rock and my other half, and I cannot be luckier to have a mom like you. Dad, thank you for teaching me the value of hard work and perseverance and for pushing me to achieve more and stretch my goals and dreams a little higher with each step. And thank you also for being my hunting buddy. Speaking of hard work, this man is such a dedicated physician that he's actually headed back to the hospital after this banquet. Now, I have to embarrass him just a little bit. Dad, since I have given you a couple of compliments, I was hoping that I could get one back from you. I don't ever get to hear the words, "I'm proud of you," so I figured since I'm standing up here that I could maybe force it out of you.
Proud of you.
Thank you. I am forever indebted and grateful to you all, and I hold a powerful love in my heart for each of you. So much has happened within these past couple of weeks to bring this entire banquet and its program to fruition, and I cannot thank enough both Mr. Schaefer, who walked me through the whole process, or Mr. Michael Olsey, who did an outstanding job putting the video together that you all just watched. And I know I'm kind of dragging on here, but I think that everybody who I mentioned deserves a quick little round of applause, if that's okay. I must be honest when I say that I never thought that someone like me would be nominated, much less selected for such an award. I'm not someone who typically receives recognition for what I do inside or outside of the classroom, so this was completely unexpected for me. I was so humbled to find out that I had been selected. It felt as though God was telling me, yeah, your hard work has finally paid off. But for me, I didn't see that the services that I had done over the years were worthy of any sort of recognition or award. To me, I was just doing what I loved and had found great joy and wonderful, strong connections with people along the way. Living a life of service for the benefit of others had just become a massive chunk of what made me me. I was actually at school when I found out that I had been selected. I was checking my email and opened the email that Mr. Schaefer had sent explaining that I had been selected. I went numb and speechless. My immediate thought was, why on earth would they have chosen someone like me? I haven't done anything that is worthy of recognition. I called my mom as soon as I had read and processed the email and told her everything in a rush. She started crying, which of course made me start crying. My friends came up to me and asked me if I was okay in a very concerned voice. I told them yes, I was perfectly fine. They were happy tears, but that I had just been blessed beyond belief. Finally, in my talk this evening, I wanted to speak a little on the subject of the award itself. Mr. Brian Burkamp is whom this award is named after, and he was a seminarian in training. I had the pleasure of speaking with Father Andrew Burkamp this past Thursday at his office at Church of the Blessed Sacrament. Thank you again, Father Andrew, for being willing to speak with me. At his office, we spoke about the legacy of his brother Brian. Father Andrew wanted me to mention that his family is honored to be in attendance this evening and that the tribute that is paid to Brian through this award. Brian was a man of service, living his life for others, always willing to lend a helping hand and would turn his ear to listen if someone needed to talk. He loved adventure and being outside, specifically hiking and hunting, according to Father Andrew. He felt mentored by so many people in his life, his parents, Father Philip Allen of their church, and Father Sam Pinkerton of Brian's high school, to name a few. What excites me even more to be speaking with you all this evening is that I can fully attest to Brian's attitude towards life and his sweet soul. I personally knew him. Before I tell you how, let me quickly explain that Totus Tuus is a Catholic summer church camp that comes through Church of the Magdalene for a week either in June or July in the summer. Brian was a Totus Tuus leader for a summer, and his teaching group came to Magdalene. He was my teacher for that week in the summer. He was bubbly, so pumped to teach us about the great mysteries, but was also one of the most caring people that you would ever meet. I remember that after lunch on one of those days that week, all of the kids that were enrolled in Totus Tuus were let outside for recess on the playground. There was a little girl, maybe 10 years old, and she was sitting against a wall just watching the other kids. Brian went over and sat next to her, sat down, and asked what was wrong. She said that she didn't feel good and that her tummy hurt, so she couldn't get up to play with the other kids. Brian said, "Oh, that's okay. Hurt tummies are no fun. Here, I'm going to sit with you until you feel better." I was that little girl that Brian came over to and sat down by that day. I remembered that after that encounter with Brian that I wanted to have his caring nature. That was just one small example of how this sweet soul impacted other people's lives. It truly is the littlest things that have the biggest impact. I continuously hope and pray that I may turn out one day to be even half of his equal in that caring and loving nature, and that I may impact the lives of others as he did. Tonight, I am accepting this award in honor of Brian Burkamp, a friend, mentor, and sweet soul to all. Thank you.